Hello and welcome to the program. Our today's topic is Higher Education General and Technical, in which our objectives are to become familiar with the concept of higher education, to get an insight into the objectives of higher education in context to general education, to get an insight into the objectives of higher education in context to technical education. Before we start, let's have an introduction. Education is the most vital input for the growth and prosperity of a nation. It provides strength and resilience to enable people to respond to the changing needs of our. Education is the backbone of all national endeavors. It has the power to transform human beings into human resources. We cannot build a sustainable and prosperous nation without human resource development, which mainly depends on the health and vitality of higher education. Apart from primary and secondary education, higher education is the main instrument for development and transformation. Higher education has the omnipotent role of preparing leaders for different walks of life: social, political, economic, cultural, scientific and technological. Higher education has special value in the contemporary knowledge society, which contributes both directly and indirectly to the wealth of a nation. Traditionally, higher education catered to the requirement of few select communities like priests, lawyers and doctors. The objective of higher education was to provide specific skills. During the medieval age, emphasis of higher education was laid on liberal arts and study of religion. However, during the 20th century, education started acquiring an open character, with a knowledge force becoming an essential requirement for national development. There was an increased demand for professional education. With the advent of information and communication technology, higher education saw a paradigm change in both philosophy and pedagogy. In the 21st century, with the impact of globalization due to increased trade, investments and mobility of people across borders, there has been a need to adopt higher education to the changed global reality. Higher education worldwide has experienced increasing massification, characterized by new students demanding extended access and flexible learning opportunities. The use of new technologies appear to be an effective alternative for achieving widespread quality of education for a large number of people. Technology plays a critical role within each of these sectors, and if used wisely and artfully, can help to accelerate innovation and change. Thus, the global higher education community would do well to share a common approach in helping to transform its systems, using technology to modernize teaching and learning so that learners are fully prepared for next generation careers. Now, let's have a look over the concept of higher education. Higher education, post-secondary education, tertiary education or third level of education is an optional final stage of formal learning that occurs after secondary education. It is often delivered at universities, academies, colleges, seminars and institutes of technology. Higher education is also available through certain college level institutions, including vocational schools, trade schools and other colleges that award academic degrees or professional certificates. We can also define it as the education imparted at post-secondary level in educational institutions, which are open to students who have successfully completed secondary education or reached an equivalent level, for example, universities, institutes of technology and higher commercial colleges, and other institutions which confer degrees or diplomas of a level substantially equivalent to university degrees. This education is usually much specialized in nature. The various programs are directed to particular disciplines or related areas. Thus, higher education is the synonym of university, an authority to issue a license for grant of a degree or certificate after completion of a particular course. Now, let's have a look over the objectives of higher education in context to general education. All individuals with a degree from higher education will need to keep their knowledge up to date. This will, to a large extent, be through self-learning. University curricula, therefore, must be designed to provide students with tools for lifelong learning. That is, learn how to learn and how to gather knowledge. Training in using information and communication technologies is essential. Moreover, higher education institutions need to offer opportunities for continuing education. Such education will often need to be given as distance education, where new technology-based tools will play an important role. Thus, the growing expectations of the society are not static, but are growing and growing with the growth of the society. The objectives of higher education are as following. First, wider access to higher education. There are millions of students on the rolls of various educational institutions in the country, and out of these students, only a small number reach the institutions of higher learning, whereas a good numbers of the students are not in the position to seek admissions in the institutions of higher learning. The position is same for almost every university. The higher education should not be the privilege of the privileged few, but there should be wider access to higher education. Second, quality of teaching and teachers. Quality of a teacher and that of his teaching is very essential and meaningful in educational system. There should be quality education which can in a great way help the society to grow in every sector. Third, cafeteria model. The society needs a skilled, useful and relevant manpower from the university, for which cafeteria model should be introduced, wherein a student shall be at liberty to choose each subject which are socially and economically relevant to the society. The cafeteria model is based on credit system, enables students to choose subjects in the light of market demand, and for this purpose the student can opt for interdisciplinary subjects. Fourth, distance mode of learning. Distance learning mechanism through national and state level universities has opened borderless education system throughout the globe. The distance mode of learning has gained momentum and popularity in almost every country. A number of courses have been launched on self-financing basis, and most of such courses proved successful. Fifth, relevance of the courses. The university courses in any case must be relevant to the market at national as well as global level. It is in this background that cafeteria model is advocated, so that students are in a position to make a proper selection of the subject. Relevance is very important, which can bridge the gap and help the society in its growth and development. 6. Higher level of student satisfaction. An important group of stakeholders are the students themselves. Excellence can be viewed in the term of the service provided to the students and their satisfaction with the quality of their learning experience. Many institutions conduct student satisfaction surveys or exit surveys of students on completion of their studies. Some countries conduct national surveys of all higher education providers to judge the level of student satisfaction. 7. Greater transparency. The greater transparency is essential for the effective functioning of the educational system. All the organs of the system must be transparent in their day-to-day functioning and must interact with each other. If there is no transparency, the system may collapse. Therefore, there is a need for interaction of the students, teachers, society, and outer world. For this, greater mobility of the students and teachers is need of the hour. 8th, access to information. Access to information is the need and demand of the modern information society. where information and knowledge matter for overall development, especially in the sector of higher education. Everyone has a right to access to information, and the university has to promote and exploit e-learning so that the students and society get a wider access to the information. Ninth, promotion of equity and academic freedom. The essential feature of the higher education is the commitment to the value of objective inquiry and to the pursuit of knowledge, without the restraint of political determination or other forms of intervention. Institutions should safeguard the equality of opportunity and regard for individual expression. All students should be encouraged to achieve and fulfill their full potential. 10th, support for social, economic and cultural development. One function of institutions is to promote and sustain social, economic and cultural development, meeting the needs of the local and regional community and fulfilling their missions through curriculum development, applied research, knowledge transfer and social welfare. Higher education institutions are recognized as a social good, fostering intellectual development, technical skills and promoting the value of equity, inclusion and citizenship. An indicator of excellence is the extent to which institutions are integrated into their regional system and play a central role in the life of communities. 11th, teaching mechanism and evaluation. Quality control in education cannot be ignored. The teaching mechanism and examination system should be improved, and the process of improvement should be a continuous process. The interdisciplinary approach is essential for improved mechanism of teaching and evaluation system. Thus, higher education provides people with an opportunity to reflect on the critical social, economic, cultural, moral and spiritual issues facing humanity. It contributes to the national development through dissemination of specialized knowledge and skill. Being at the apex of educational pyramid, it has also a key role in producing teachers for the education system. Now, let us discuss the objectives of higher education in context to technical education. The technical objectives of higher education are as under. First, reconceptualize the notion of learning. Instead of the hierarchical process of learning from teacher to student, the teacher serves more as a facilitator, where every student plays a central role. Education programs constantly need to be updated, and teachers' training in both formal and non-formal environments, not exclusively in the classroom. In view of this, new methodologies for teaching will be required. Second, balance between student expectations and market requirements. In this context, e-learning is a particular appropriate means of working. Firstly, it should be recognized that the next generation, made up of digital natives born into the digital world, is characterized by being connected via the internet immediately and efficiently. Secondly, the target public is adult learners who have limited time and space to study, but the market requires that they advance and improve their knowledge base. Thus, according to the advanced technology used and interactive flexible methods of teaching, e-learning responds to these demands by providing a flexible framework for studying. Third, massification of higher education. In order to increase the access of higher education and to meet the varied needs of students, ICTs have supported the growth and diversification of academic quality and supply while reducing social differences. Fourth, to improve teaching and learning. The adoption of technology has contributed to transform academic work, and slowly than in other areas such as research, is clearly taking place in course instruction. Technology adoption in teaching and learning has improved convenience and productivity in academic and coursework. Fifth, contribution to the country's economic and industrial development. The technical education has immense contribution to the country's economic and industrial development. It has produced high quality skilled, technical and managerial manpower. Technical education has been strengthened and the quality of students passing out of polytechnics. Sixth, linked with all national goals. Higher education, whether in the general or the technical stream, is linked with all national goals and endeavors. To this end, a large number of centers for excellence to turn out quality manpower in areas relevant to industry and society are established with a triangular partnership of academia, industry and government. Although there is enormous growth in capacity expansion and the turnout of world-class technical manpower, the technical education sector is still beset with some problems. These include lack of adequate training programs and highly qualified faculty for the knowledge industries, shortage of funds, resources for technical institutions, inadequate linkage between the IITs, RECs and other engineering institutions, etc. Now, dear students, let us conclude. Higher education aims to promote and develop the arts, culture, technology and communication using a framework of comprehensive education, while preparing students in both human and professional terms to succeed in the integration of new social and working environments. To ensure the quality of education, it is necessary to make our accreditation process more transparent, time-bound and free from the regime of controls. Institutions of higher education should make public the benchmark as well as other normative standards, which are absolute minimum requirements for starting colleges and institutes of technical education. There is a need to enforce these minimum standards without any dilution of compromise. Modernization of syllabi, examination reform and greater attention to issues of governance of universities and colleges all require urgent attention. This was all for today.